Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand, and big news, it's a big day, match day is here, Manchester United are back. Is it 99 days or something ridiculous like that? But we're back, Manchester United are back, we'll have a watch along tonight, that's back. But most importantly, United are going to be playing a game of football on the pitch, and we've got the latest Manchester United news and transfer news for you, so I hope you're all doing very well this morning. Thanks to everybody who's been a bit patient. I know we're late, a little bit late, had a few family issues overnight, and that sort of forced me back. So thanks to everyone who's been patient, and to those arseholes who say Pratt and all that sort of stuff. You're cretins, really. You're cretins. You never know what's going on in people's lives and why they might be a little bit late. Arseholes. Anyway, let's get on with the people that are good. The Manchester United community, or the United Stand community. Thanks for being patient. Let's fly straight into it. We've got an exciting day ahead, and United are playing Spurs tonight. And look, there is a leaked team out there, and I thought, you know what, do I want to discuss this? Well, it is match day, and I think it breeds into something very interesting about United, but also, is it going to be true? What I would say is, if this team I'm about to say to you is true tonight, Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, need to cop on and sort this crap behaviour out. We're Manchester United, and I know it's nice to have a leaked team for us to go, oh, that's good, we like this, that and the other. But actually, we said this last season, we said it before the lockdown, the Manchester United team, when it comes out at 7:15 tonight, should be a shock. It should be a surprise. It shouldn't be, oh, The Athletic, oh, we've been told that Pogba's going to be on the bench this week. Who's telling The Athletic Pogba's going to be on the bench? This team I'm about to give out to you, who's giving that team out? Who's giving the formation and the team out? Who is it? Because I said, it's great. It's great that we can discuss it now, but I'd rather be talking about something else. I don't even mind another angle on the Sancho transfer story, which we're not going to do today. But can we wake up and see what's going on at our football club? And can Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and everybody else sort it out? We are leaking teams like a bloody sieve every match, and it's a joke. And sometimes it's more than a day before. Now, you can say, well, it doesn't really matter. Well, of course it bloody matters. If Jose Mourinho knows what our formation is and what our lineup is, do you think that makes his job any easier? I tell you what, why don't we just release it a week before? It's embarrassing. And that, to me, is a problem that Solskjaer is doing lots of good things at Manchester United. But if we want to get on top of English football and we want to aspire to be champions of Europe again, you cannot have people within that club leaking information about the team. Now, I'm not saying it's a first team player. It could be a reserve. It could be somebody training with the first team. It could be a coach. It could be a fitness coach. It could be bloody Edward Wood's gran. I don't know. It could be anybody. But somebody is being loose with information at United, and it undermines what a big profession. This is not EastEnders. This is the Godfather trilogy. We are the elite. Manchester United are the elite, and we need to behave like an elite club. And for too long, information gets leaked. And I know for a fact there are players out there, there are club members out there who are in chat groups, and they are sharing information with people who will just put it out on social media. And that's not good. That's not good. I really like the leaked team. It's a solid team, says Kevin Lopez. So the leaked team is this. De Gea in goal. Wan-Bissaka and Brandon Williams wing backs. You know where I'm going. Back five. Luke Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof. So a back five. Okay. McTominay, Fred and Bruno as the midfield three. Rashford, Martial as the front two. So 5-3-2, or it could become a 3-5-2 when we're on the attack. Now, I initially am not going to put my reputation on this for whatever it's worth, and I'm not going to say that this is Manchester United's team. But if it is, I revert back to what I just said a minute ago. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, and the club are doing a lot of good things, but they need to sort these sieves out. They need to sort the leaks out. It's not good enough that teams are being released too early. So I really hope it's wrong. But there are quite a few people predicting that we will play a back five. Look, if that's the team, that's the team. I ain't got anything to say. I'm not going to go bloody hell, Pogba should be playing. I'm not going to say, how my God, he's not picked Matic. I'm also not going to say, why are we playing a back five again? Ultimately, is that the team I would pick? No. Ultimately, am I the Manchester United manager? No. So it's irrelevant what I think in many ways. But it would be a very surprising team. Matic doesn't deserve to be dropped, even though I said I would have dropped him for Pogba. To drop them both would be quite interesting. But then again, I've always said, does McTominay deserve to be in the team? Probably he does. And certainly so does Fred. So not really any complaints with that. The back five is the thing. I know we've used the back five against Chelsea and Man City to great effect in a big away games, but I think it really misunderstands what Tottenham are to play a back five. I really do. And I know that Williams and Wan-Bissaka can provide width, but Wan-Bissaka's not very good going forward. So Brandon Williams can provide the width down the left-hand side, but I don't think Wan-Bissaka provides much width in an attacking sense. So effectively, I think you become a back five. And I don't think a back five against Spurs sends the right message out. I mean, I just don't see why we do it, because Twansebi and Jones are injured as well, so we're short on centre-backs. There's no backup left-back if Brandon Williams gets injured, because Luke Shaw is already on the pitch. Delo as a backup for Wan-Bissaka. I just don't think a back five suits Manchester United in relation to the depth that we've got. And also, I think it's ultra-defensive against a Spurs side that will play ultra-defensive. So you could even it's the National Express against the London Red Bus Company. I don't know, but if that's the way Ollie wants to go, it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. But hopefully it's mind games. Hopefully it's messing around. And hopefully we'll see a back four. And we'll take the game to them a little bit more. But look, if it's the team news, it's the team news. As I said, it's not how I would do it. But I'm not manager of Manchester United. And I would have done it a little bit different. And I'm sure some of you would. But ultimately, I'll go back to what I said at the start. If this is the league team, and De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Brandon Williams, Luke Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof, McTominay, Fred, Bruno, Rashford and Martial is the starting 11, then that's the starting 11. But I tell you what, I'll come back to it at 7 o'clock tonight and I'll say, what a joke. Why is that team news out a whole 24 hours before the game? That's why I hope it's not right. That's why I hope it is a troll. That's why I hope it is a load of crap. Because it would absolutely appall me that this club, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said this in his second part of his press conference yesterday, he said that the next 2 months are critical. We're trying to achieve something here. And what we're trying to achieve is Champions League football, win a Europa League, get Jadon Sancho. That's what the next 2 months are about. That's what tonight's all about. It's about momentum and it's about building. Well, how can you build and have momentum if every game you're worried that your team's going to get leaked? And who's leaking it? That's a massive issue for Solskjaer and the team, that if that team has been leaked 24 hours, Ollie won't come out with anything, why would he? But inside he'll be thinking, there's somebody in here, or maybe there's more than one person, there's people in here dropping information out. And as I said, there are players, there are coaches in group chats with people who have nothing to do with that club, they're just fans, and are they dropping information in there? Because ultimately, social media is very easy to share information at the moment, isn't it? And I just think it undermines what we're trying to achieve. Professionality, that's what we want. Ollie's borrowed Jose's bus to park. Boring game, says Ryan FTW. I don't think that if we play a 5-3-2, it doesn't mean we can't win the game. I just think that it will be quite a defensive game. And look, some people would say you've got to feel your way in. There's quite a lot of... I was looking at predicted lineups. I won't do in a couple of weeks' time. I don't think any of us will, but it's the first game back, so I think predicted lineups are quite interesting. I was looking at some predicted lineups the other day, and don't we rely on the club leaks so we can chat, says Jamie Madden. No, Jamie, I thought somebody might say that. And what did I say? We're talking about something now, but do you want Manchester United to win the Premier League, or do you want Manchester United to leak information? I want them to win the Premier League. We can chat about lots of things without leaks. We could be talking right now about this is how I think it's going to work. But if that's actually how it's going to work, it's not a good thing. It undermines what we're trying to do. We're a big club and we need to behave like a big club. And I think that the people who are leaking information are taking the piss out of the club, if it's true. Welcome to Tony J, the latest member of the United Stand Members Club. But also, if we do play a back five today, then you could say, well, and let's pretend it's a different back five with a different midfield. It's not the lineup that's been leaked. Let's pretend it's a different back five. There is an argument to say that it's the first game back. It's an intense game. Let's play a back five and be conservative, and let's feel our way into this final 9 games. And Ollie might want to do that. My only reservation about that is at the end of the game when it's 0-0, do you walk away from that thinking, you know what, if we had attacked and we would have won it? And you don't want that to happen. There's been leaks for years at United. Who's been around for years? The pink boots, says Nick P. And if Rashford and Pogba starts, then that is a massive joke. Both those players were out for ages, and the reason for their injuries was due to them being rushed into intense games, says Desfef. Well, let's talk about some of the news, because there is quite a lot to talk about. Obviously, Ollie, this is quite a big news, actually. We'll come back to the team in a minute. But Real Valladolid have been taken over by Ronaldo. Not the good one, not the one who used to play for United. Some people say Fat Ronaldo. That's not really very nice. But Ronaldo, the R9, we'll call him, he has taken over a club in the last couple of years called Real Valladolid in Spain, and has openly said that they would welcome Alexis Sanchez with open arms. Now, this to me is music to my ears. It's Super Friday, because we've got United tonight, and then we've got a club saying that they'd welcome Alexis Sanchez with open arms. They're a La Liga club. They're a sort of a mid-table to lower league table side. Ronaldo is ambitious with them. They're not loaded, but I think there is money there, and I think that this is good for Manchester United, because it means that if Inter don't keep him, we can offload him elsewhere. So I think that's quite good, positive news, that there is actually a human being that would welcome Alexis Sanchez with open arms. So another bit of good news there. On Kai Havertz, German reports are saying that he wants to go to Real Madrid. Look, I've always said we're not in for Havertz. We're not signing Havertz, so I'm not fussed about that. It doesn't bother me. I think there is a chance that he could go to Chelsea, but I think Real Madrid or Bayern Munich were always where he was going, and certainly not Manchester United. They should keep the formation and lineup secret, except to coaches for one game and see if it leaks, then just players, and next game see who's leaking it, says Levi Pegler. Look, I've played football, you've played football. Whether it's the dog and duck, or it's trials, or whatever you've played, or it's your school team or whatever, how many times have you walked into the dressing room and not known whether you're playing or not, or who's playing? All the time that used to happen. We very rarely got told what the team was. You pretty much knew what the team was sometimes, especially my school team. I knew I was going to play, and I knew certain people were going to play. But sometimes there would be little tweaks, and you wouldn't get told the team news until on the day. So I don't know why. That makes a very good point. Like, why do players need to know the team the day before? I know it happens a lot, but it would be worth. It would be worth. I just think Manchester United team being leaked isn't helpful. Especially, look, people would say it doesn't make much of a difference. How many titles have we won in the last 6 years? How many stupid games have we lost in the last 6 years? If you don't think it's a big thing, that's personal opinion. Of course it is. But to me, I think it demonstrates the lack of professionalism that we've had at that club since Sir Alex Ferguson left. And Ollie is trying to get that back, and I think in many ways he is. But whoever leaks the team news, and I'm not saying it has been leaked today, this could be a red herring, but it has been leaked in the past accurately. Whoever is leaking those team news sheets is undermining the manager. And the manager and the coach and everybody else needs to find out who it is and make it very clear that if you do that, fine them. Kick them out if you want to, but definitely give them a fine. It will be in breach of club rules. So it needs to stop. And it does make a big difference. There's very few sports where lineups get leaked early. I think rugby do it like a few days before, but very few do, because a formation demonstrates your tactics a lot of the time. 5-3-2, Mourinho will know what we're going to do. He wouldn't know if we're playing a 5-3-2 or a 4-2-3-1 until an hour before the kickoff normally. So he knows it a day before potentially. And look, the evidence is out there. How many silly games have United lost over the last 6 years because of laziness or inconsistency? And that obviously goes through the club, because I tell you what, if I'm United's, I mean, look, I love Luke Shaw, so it won't be Luke Shaw. So if I'm United's left back, could be Brandon Williams, I don't think it's him either. I'm United's left back for today. Ollie told me the team yesterday. I'm there in my group chat. Guess what, lads? Local lad, me. I'm playing tomorrow. What's the rest of the team? It's this. Off it goes. That could be as simple as how it's happening. But it also demonstrates a bit of lack of professionalism. When those mates are saying, what's the team? I'm not telling you, lads. I'm proud of what I'm doing. I'm trying to achieve something here with Ollie. Not telling you, sorry. I'll speak to you after the game tomorrow. That's what you got to do. If you're there trying to please your mates by sending them little bits of information, where's your head at? We did play with a 5 at Spurs last season with Tony and Rashi pulling wide and Lingard false 9, says Callum Griffiths. I don't think we did play with a 5 against Spurs last year against Pochettino. I'll take Callum's word for it. I mean, it was last January, so it was over a year ago. But I thought we played with a 3. I thought we played a 4-3-3 because we had Lingard, Rashford, Martial, and I'm pretty sure we had Pogba, Herrera and Matic. So how could we have played with a back five? I don't think we did. We need to get Colin Rooney to out the snitch, says Aloha from Liam. Welcome to Yaha Aden, latest member of the United Stand Members Club. And Alex Marmon says, if it's true that Dan James will not start the game, that could be good news for us later in the game. His fresh legs could cause Spurs problems. Well, we played the 5-3-2 against Man City and it worked well with Dan James up front, didn't it? I mean, look, Dan James doesn't get enough respect, I think. I think he's a good player. Watching you during a media class, says Smith Errands. There'll be plenty to learn about what not to do in relation to mainstream media. Martin Brayson, welcome, latest member of the United Stand Members Club. I'm very excited about tonight, by the way. I hope you all are as well. It's going to be very interesting. I mean, just on Dan James, Mason Greenwood, Ollie was saying yesterday, has put on some weight and some muscle, which is great, because obviously that's what you want to do as a young player with talent. You want to start to, develop that side of things. Buster Nut says, Ollie has always been happy with the draw away, regardless of who we play, and that just is not good enough for Manchester United. We need the win, nothing less. We need to get that winning mentality, yeah. I don't think Ollie's playing for a draw tonight. Why would he play against the draw against a manager he doesn't like? He doesn't like Mourinho. In a professional sense, he doesn't like it. And Ollie would never say that publicly, because that's not what he's like. But behind closed doors, Ollie's a winner. He would never have achieved what he did in the game as a player if he didn't have that. If Ollie was a pushover, he would never have scored the goals he scored for Manchester United, because he looks a pushover. He looks like a smiley, happy person. But he's a silent assassin. That's why he scored a lot of goals. Anybody who thinks Ollie's a soft touch, you don't go and play up front in the hardest league in the world and score goals like he did against good defenders if you're a soft touch and you go, oh, you tackle first, I'll wait my turn. He's not. He's hungry. He has got that. And he won't like Mourinho. He won't like what Mourinho said about him. He won't like what Mourinho leaks about him. And he will want to get one over Mourinho to prove that he's better than him. So Ollie won't be playing for a draw today. What he will do, and what he's done a lot, is he'll be playing not to lose. He'll want to win the game, but he definitely won't want to lose it. And we've seen that defensive security throughout this season. The two holding midfielders in front of a back four or a back five. I think will be hard to score against today. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a nil. I just hope it's not a 0-0. Could be a 1-1. It's a shame that the league team is giving this wonderful day some negativity, but overall I'm just as pumped for this game as I am for a cup final, says Ninja Smurf United. Yeah, mate, and I agree with you there. I mean, it's not a reason to be negative. I mean, we've got 8,700 people watching on a Friday morning, and that's fantastic. It shows the enthusiasm. And as I said, my frustration is if this league team is true, not because of what the team is or the formation is. I think there's a debate to be had when it comes out about a back five and McTominay starting over Matic and no Pogba, and that'll be a debate. It won't be a rant. We're too excited. I still think we can win the game. My frustration would be is why is that team coming out so soon and who's leaked it? But we'll see on that. But yeah, Smurf's right. There's definitely no reason to be negative. You can dislike the formation, you can dislike the team selection. That's life. I don't think it means we're going to lose the game. And I don't think it's a reason to be moaning about it. I mean, I'm very excited. At least it sounds like we're not playing a 4-1-2-1-2. The diamond, says Dommy Crowther. Yeah, I don't like the diamond. I'd rather play the back five than the diamond. Welcome to Martin Brayson and Michael Hubery, latest members of the United Stand Members Club. Thanks for joining in for that. What else have we got to discuss? Sanchez, Solskjaer, Ted and Mengi could be involved. Yes. Havertz we've spoken about. Greenwood. Ollie focused on the next 2 months. Basically, we've covered it all there, haven't we? Mark, in international rugby, teams are released 4 or 5 days in advance. If United are good enough, they will win, says Joshua Harper. But you've just gone and Joshua, you've just actually gone and mentioned something I've already discussed. International rugby is very different. You don't play 4-2-3-1. You don't play a back five. You don't play with a sweeper. It's 15 against 15. It's rugby. The opposition get the ball. You spread yourself out and you cover the spaces. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more to rugby than that, but tactically, it's not the same as a game of football where you could play 3 up front, 1 in midfield, and 6 at the back. There's the football leak. If it was good practice to leak your team, you'd do it. Why don't football teams do it? Because it gives a lot away. And also in rugby, you can pretty much name the 15 players that are going to play. In football, if Pogba starts, even if the formation isn't leaked, even if the formation, isn't leaked, but they know Pogba's starting, well, that is a big thing for Mourinho, because Pogba brings you different problems to McTominay or Matic. So it's not just the formation being leaked, or if it has been leaked, or when it has been leaked in the past. It's also the personnel. And that's the frustration. And what we can say without a shadow of a doubt is that The Athletic all week have been saying that Pogba's not going to start since Monday. So why is that out there? And is that Solskjaer putting that out there? Because that's to the mainstream media. Why do the mainstream media know Pogba's not starting? And I know they want to be first because they want people to read their outlet, etc. I get that. And these people pride themselves in getting sources in and around clubs, and that's how the mainstream media works. But it doesn't help Manchester United. It doesn't. The best thing you could know, the best thing that could help us today, and I just disagree with Joshua on this, is that, oh, you'll win anyway. It is an advantage if the opposition know your starting 11 and how you're going to play. It is. Because if at 7 o'clock tonight, Mourinho's got no idea whether Pogba's playing, Fred's playing, Matic is playing, Rashford's playing, James is playing, Greenwood's playing, back five, he knows nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's only got an hour to adjust. And he will adjust, but it's much better that he only has an hour to adjust than a whole week to adjust. And I think that is where United need to just tighten up on this, in my opinion. Kickoff is at 5 a.m. here in Australia. I'll be watching along on Hot Mic, mate, says Ninja Smurf United. You won't, because I'm not doing it on Hot Mic, but there you go. And Mark, any news on Sancho, says Meerkat Man 37. No, not this. Only what we had yesterday from Romano, that Manchester United will be... that Sancho will come to United if we bid, and Dortmund will sell if we offer the right money. So it's in United's court. But to be honest with you, in relation to transfers, do we give a crap? It's on a different level to the Bundesliga. We spent time watching the Bundesliga because there was nothing else, and now everything's back. I would rather watch repeats of EastEnders than watch Bundesliga football. I don't like it. I pretended to like it because there was nothing else. In relation to transfers were very important for us in lockdown, and we enjoyed all the conversation because we love football. But now we're going to be thinking chart show, watch along, fan cams, match reaction, Sunday night with the lads, Ricky and Saeed and Adam, talking about what happened tonight. This is what we're all about now. Football is back, baby, and we're very, very excited about it. So, look, take in your day, whatever you're doing. Some of you will be going to sleep, some of you at work, some of you will be, filling time, doing whatever. But we will be live about I think it's 8:15 kick off, so the team will be out about 7:15. So we'll be live around that time. Got Flex joining me for the first hour as well. Then it'll be the usual watch along as we always do, interacting with each other. That's how we do it on this channel. And I'm ready. I hope you're ready. I'm very excited about it. And I just hope. I don't even know. I know what I hope. I hope we're going to win, and I'm excited about that prospect, because I think if we do win, we will get top four. The games that we've got left, the momentum we've got, I believe we'll get top four. If we draw, the fight goes on. If we lose, I don't even want to think about that. Does Grealish court date affect us signing him, says Alex Marmon. I didn't even know he was in court. I presume this is for what he did during lockdown. I didn't know that had progressed that level, but yes. Excited time. Thanks for watching. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And I'm very, very, very excited. Let's get this win, says Jay Fletch. Definitely. And why not? No, next two games, if we win, we get top four, says Sandy. But we have got Sheffield United to come as well. Do you think we'll get Pogba, says Aidan? We have got Pogba. He's already at United. And let's get it, stuff the chosen one. Well, yeah, I mean, look, just very quickly before I do go, that's a very important point as well, that, we do want to get one over on Mourinho as well. But anyway, back at about 7 o'clock tonight with the watch along. I am doing FIFA this afternoon on Mark Goldbridge. That's football, if you just have time to fill because you're so excited. And I'll speak to you all in a bit. Thanks everyone for watching, and subscribe if you're new.